Hi, my name is Begoña. I am Spanish. However, 10 years ago, I decided to move to London to develop my career as a project manager in the construction industry.
Hi, I'm Mark in Leeds. I'm a success coach.
Hi, my name is Chris Coward, and I'm an executive and leadership coach. My business is coaching and fulfillment. I live in Denver, Colorado.
Hi, I'm Craig, and my background is in banking.
Hi, I'm Svetlana Whitener, your purpose and confidence coach.
Hi, I'm Jan Morgan. I now live in Drôme, Provence, having downsized from central London, where I worked many years as an HR consultant.
I am a person that I have a passion to get things done and make things happen, but I get bored easily. I've worked as a project manager for 5-6 years, and after a while it was not enough, and I needed to find a different strategy and a different way of looking at things. I started looking in the internet and speaking to my other colleagues and other coaches that I know that they use these techniques, and I found they create my key.
I was introduced to the Your Procrastination Under a Microscope program a few months ago. I completed the program, and in the course of doing so, I successfully finished a dissertation that I've been putting off for, in all honesty, a couple of years. So yeah, the program was kind of really gave me a framework to understand what I was doing when I was procrastinating, what I was doing that was getting in the way of me completing this project, this dissertation. So, and in the course of doing so, I changed my strategy, I changed what I was doing, and I got the project done, and I got a good result.
So as a coach, you guys know how awesome it is to help people change and help people change sustainably. And that is where I put my efforts. I've been coaching since 2004. I discovered it, my background is clinical social work, so I was a leader in an organization that served kids and families, and I needed to get my continuing education credits. Found one that talked about coaching, and I'll tell you, within like 2 hours I knew that this was going to be my path, and that I would be at some point having my own business as a coach, and that is exactly what I did. So the experience has been profound. I've been able to just help hundreds of people, both through groups and through individual, and also training using a coach approach as well. So the challenge I face as a coach, and I'm sure many of you coaches out there face the same thing, is of course having enough clients, right, to have a sustainable business. And some of the issues that have gotten in the way, at least for me, has been needing to charge when I need to charge to make a good living, and having sometimes like that average person who maybe they're not working in an organization that's paying for their coaching, but they're needing to make some big changes in their life. They want to work with you, I want to work with them, but they're having trouble affording it.
I worked in wealth management for over 17 years here in London and in the Channel Islands. I had a number of different roles which really specialised in business development, relationship management with high net worth clients predominantly based overseas, and also latterly sales management in the international team here in London. I left a year ago and undertook my training in coaching with the Coaches Training Institute, CTI, and I'm shortly to complete their certification program, which will enable me to get my credentials from the International Coaches Federation.
I came to coaching from a corporate world, and transition wasn't easy, because when you came from a different country, you need to start over again, and you need to use your strength in order to find the way that will connect you with your purpose, and when you find the way when you are in alignment with your own values. I have very strong background in business from Russia, and in the United States I have a strong background in human resources. Working with people, my favorite focus used to be on growing people, and coaching is a great tool for that.
One of my activities now, living in Drôme-Provence, is to coach people. It's been quite a long journey. I started my training in 2007 and worked full-time till a year ago. During my coaching training, I was lucky enough to meet Alex Rapov, who's the founder of the Headway coaching group and creator of Create My Key. It's a marvellous tool. I've used it myself several times for both big projects and small ones. Get a snapshot at the beginning, snapshot at the end. So I know, as does everyone else who's used Create My Key, that you can measure what progress you've made.
When I looked into the detail of the Create My Key, it offered different areas that I probably had overlooked, or it never occurred to me that could have stood in the way of achieving a goal, and that sparked my curiosity. So I started looking at how the Create My Key process works. There is an initial assessment that you can take, and it gives you straight away a picture of the potential areas that could stand in the way of identifying. And for me, it was dear to me, the process. As I said, I needed a new challenge and I wanted it to happen, so I decided to give it a go. It was quite revealing to, as I said, identify these areas that it never occurred to me. It was very useful to have a team of people chipping in and monitoring the progress and giving feedback and learning also from their challenges and how could their challenges be translated into mine. More importantly, I want to use this strategy again and again because I think it works.
So since then I've completed it a couple more times and applied it in different areas of my life. It's very versatile. For example, I used it around trying to introduce, or successfully introducing, a kind of healthy habit around mindfulness. And the more I did it, the more I got to know the program, and as a result, I'm happy to recommend it. And also, I've become a trainer, so I deliver the program now along with Alex and others. So happy to suggest come along, and look forward to working with you in the coming weeks. Thanks.
I got exposed to Create My Key. I saw an ad on a coaching listserv, of which I'm a member of, and there was a coaching colleague who was looking for people that are both comfortable with technology and great coaches and great facilitators, and I felt like I fit the bill for all those three. So I connected around the product, got to explore it a little bit, and saw that there was really something here that could be helpful to clients. I thought about, well, what's going to be really different about this? How would my clients be served? How would I be served participating with the Create My Key program, which is in a group format? Was I going to get lost in it and not get enough attention and potentially maybe check out a little bit because it's in a webinar format with 7 or 8 other people? So that was my initial thought. And two, is the key good enough and unique enough that it actually does something different than the other tools that I've been exposed to? It was the first thing I've really seen that really gets deeply into all the potential reasons why someone is not reaching their goal. And we're talking big goals and little goals. It doesn't matter. A lot of times as coaches we look at it as procrastination. And with this tool, because it gets so specific and there's a visual picture of where people are in their change process and their barriers that are getting in the way, it's really helpful for both the coach, myself, and the clients to see where they are. And as a coach, I can support them through the group process and honing in on really exactly where the things are that are getting in the way, instead of addressing things, which sometimes we do sometimes, where we're taking our best guess and we're fishing around. But this really nails it because the technology is so great and there's a way to involve everybody that the typical things that happen on a webinar, which is multitasking, doesn't really happen with this. And people are all participating pretty actively the whole time, so you can't really check out and be doing other things while this is happening. And the other thing is that the group is so supportive. And when you need specific help to get to the next level, to really kind of hone in on your change process, the facilitator makes that happen and focuses on you, and somehow there's time for everybody so we all get that attention we need to make the changes that we're trying to make.
The great thing about Create My Key is it works, which you don't always feel that about coaching. It's measurable, you get a snapshot at the beginning and where you are at the end. You get the benefit of how the group are doing and their good ideas. And what's really important is I still felt motivated even when I hadn't done quite as well as I should have done. Because let's face it, if you've given yourself a really ambitious target, is it realistic to say, yeah, I'll do it in 8 weeks? But you can lay the foundations ready for moving further. Or supposing you encounter a difficult time, ill health for instance, well, you can then take a little break and join the next programme. Because let's face it, life does throw challenges that you haven't always expected, and the essential thing is Create My Key enables you to keep your motivation, your interest, even if you have to must use the pause button for a while. I felt inspired to move forward in goals I've procrastinated on, such as taking my ICF exam. I felt inspired to go, yeah, I can do more exercise, and I've seen the benefits of it. I've enjoyed the constructive group atmosphere and the fact I don't have to waste my time travelling to somewhere. The whole programme is really inspiring. So thank you to Alex and the team.
After I left my corporate job, I started looking for a new innovative methodology or tools in coaching industry. And one day I was surfacing the internet, and I was very glad that one of the tools that I was analyzing was Create My Key project. And I'd like to say that I was impressed with the outcome by just testing this tool for my own knowledge. Being a coach, I receive this question from my clients quite often. How can I measure my progress in coaching? And I was looking a very solid, scientifically proved coaching tool. And I was very pleased that I found Create My Key project, because it gives you this innovative tool that can replace your balance wheel, because it's definitely obsolete tool. And I found using the key during the enrollment period with your client is extremely powerful, because your client, they can already taste how you can measure their progress during the coaching process. Professionally, I feel it's the most innovative tool that is available in coaching market right now.
When I began my coaching journey, I guess what I realized was that whereas before being employed you have a lot of infrastructure that supports you, as a coach building his own individual practice, you're pretty much on your own, and there are lots of things to think about. How are you going to find clients? How do you get in touch with them? What are the best ways to even source clients? What about social media? I began to realize that there was a lot more to it than just coaching skills. So during my training with CTI, I learned a lot about how to coach. But I guess my one observation was that the course didn't really prepare me for how to build my practice. When I first met Alex, I guess I was still fairly early in my coaching journey. I had begun certification, and I was feeling fairly confident with how my skills were developing in terms of my coaching techniques. But I guess I was beginning to uncover the question marks I had around growing my own business and running my own business. So meeting Alex came at an ideal time. We connected through LinkedIn, and I was attracted by the description of Headway Coaching Group as a business school for coaches. Alex talked to me about a new tool that he had developed called Create My Key. And this is a psychodynamic tool that basically enables people to learn a methodology that then enables them to achieve their own goals, not once, but time and again. Because once they've learnt the approach, that's available to them to use both now and in the future. So I actually went through the program myself and saw how powerful it could be in terms of really getting clear about what my strengths were, perhaps what some of the difficulties were that I was likely to face, and to develop strategies in which I could handle or manage those. I also liked the fact that there was a group dynamic as you're learning with other people on a similar journey, and what that opened up for me was not just my own learning, but learning from their experiences too. And the structure of the program is such that in a fairly short space of time, you really get comfortable and clear about how to achieve your goal, whatever it may be.
I've worked with coaches in a one-to-one relationship, but I find that this particular way of interacting and working with a team within 8 weeks, it's much more effective and focused, much economical to use the Create My Key platform. And again, it's not just your own learnings and your own thinking, but actually you learn from the other struggles from other people. So I think it's more enriching. The other thing I would say, it's if you're motivated by progress, this is a fantastic way of doing it, because you do the assessment at the beginning and you can see how your goal is measured every single week. And at the end of a 8-week period, you take another test. And it's amazing how to see the difference in the key and the length of the tooth or the teeth. And it just gives a tremendous satisfaction of having done something.
Anyone who has a goal, and it could be big, it could be small, that either they've been procrastinating on, have not been able to succeed with it, or they've made some progress and have fallen back, and haven't really been able to figure out like kind of what's really getting in the way at its most deepest level. So that's really who I would recommend it for. Somebody with a challenge that's trying to make a change, has been stuck before, and really wants to kind of push through because they care about the goal enough to actually get to the other side. You'll receive the support of a group. So you're not alone, and you'll know the whole way that you're not alone, and that the coach will be able to help you with your challenges that you have towards your goal. The second thing I think to recognize is that you're going to be using a cool tool that actually really works, and that where you can really sense your progress and see that visually in several different areas. So that's important to know. If you hate technology, this is probably not for you. And if you hate being in groups and you just want your one-on-one coach or to do it by yourself without the support of anybody, then this probably also wouldn't be for you. But if you're okay with technology and you don't have to be a whiz or an IT professional, you just have to really just learn the system, and it's not that hard. And if you can see yourself in a group fully participating and allowing others to support you as well, then this is a great fit for you.